Hello, and welcome to the healing place, where we take a look at and see what's happening with the current energies. Happy Valentine's Day. This is the week of love. Let's take a look and see what's in store for us. See you in a few. Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Hello, Divine Sunshiners. I pulled some cards today about the energies that I am feeling. Where we are. The Divine Masculine is having growing pains about really truly having to grow up spiritually and mature. These are tests that you've already had before. These are the tests that you kind of maybe failed before. These are the tests that saying, hey, this is the moment you've been prepared for. Now let me see how you're going to be able to handle it now. Clear. YouTube channel. All right, see you in a few. Benefits. So the story is still from your ancestors. It's still stored in your body. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Welcome back, and thank you for the healing place. This is to look and see about what areas that we need to heal in. So this time for our healing, I'm going to use the Divine Feminine Healing. I've been guided to look into that to see as far as we check into the energies to see how we can be able to heal, which Divine Feminine energies we know represents how we are, how we be, how we are in our state of being, and what we are observing. So let's take a look and see about what's going on as far as the energies for the collective. So remember, we house both energies. Clear? So let's see what's happening for this coming week. What's going on. All right, it's about the journey. So right now what they want us again is using our intuition and our awareness. So we see right now that our intuition and awareness is becoming stronger, and our gifts are coming more online. Our clairvoyance is really truly being that we're really having more of a direction that we are going into, and we are really truly dealing with the baggage that we have behind us, which is really looking to see about what things go and what things stay. And even in doing that, there is a light that I see that's being shined over these things and this baggage that we had in the past. And it's like even in the past there still was enlightenment there, even when we didn't even know we were being turned on or being awakened. There was still a state of enlightenment that was there. This is pretty much the stack here, and I think this is going to really kind of in some ways tell us what's going on. So right now, to explain that, in this journey, we're finding ourselves that we're going to have to walk away to go after what is our bliss, to really go into the garden of our gates, which is really everything that we want, into our temple garden, which is going within. 2 and the 7, 2 is really in line with our intuition and our awareness, or really having a unity. One is intuition and awareness. I don't know why I'm saying that, but sometimes they say that. That's about unity. To me, a unity of coming together with our intuition and our awareness too, as well. Our understanding, we got the 7, which is our spiritual completion, and 2 and 7 means the ending of cycles. So that's why we're walking away, to go of our bliss, to go to ending of cycles. Some of us have been tied up very prettily in situations. We think we pretty much got control over it, and that's why we have really been too much pushing or struggling to get out of it. Some of us know in some deeper level that, hey, I need to be here, I'm supposed to be here, because it's something that I need to learn from this. And I'm seeing all this magical stuff, these energies that's popping off from her when I look at her, which means this right here, where I'm tied up in and I feel like I can't wiggle out of, in some kind of way within me, there's an inner knowing that I'm supposed to be here. There is a sense of the magic is really happening. The true magic, which you might not understand, is happening right there in that spot or in that place. Right now, what's happening for us collectively is the world. We got here, this is in reverse. So we're moving into that energy of understanding that the world, I'm in the world but not of the world. That's what first thing that came to me. Some of us is kind of like they say, it's sitting at the dock of the bay, which there's an ending by my divine counterpart. doesn't like that word. He said, every time I hear that word, that reminds me of death. So there's endings, okay? And you're at the end of the pier. When you're at the end of the pier, there's no other place for you to go. It's either you turn back or either you take a deep dive into whatever the ocean or the lake or wherever that this end of this bay dock is at. Interesting enough, even in the darkness that's there, we see lotus flowers that are pretty much giving birth there or in bloom there, which lets us know that even in what's happening in the world, there is some things that might be unsettling, but at the same time there is some growth. There is some growth there. There's something a bloom even in the darkness. There's new growth. Even with what's happening with the panda and things around us that we might not say, where the hell is we gonna end up after this when this all ends, or what are we doing right now? What the hell is we doing? Because I don't have a clue. So we have a 2 there, which again is about unity, bringing things together, and a 9 there, which is ending the cycles, which together becomes the 11, which is the balance of the yin and the yang. Was in all of this and what's happening in this world is helping to create some form of balance for us as twin flames or divines, period. The world is something, is a light happening behind this world, which to me, again, there's some things that's going on behind the scenes that we really don't understand. And what's going to happen is this is going to help to lead us into value. When this is all over, we're going to have a new value system that's going to be put in place to help us to really truly understand ourselves, but even the world. And I'm picking up when they're saying value system, where it's about money, how even worth in the workplace, those things, even relationships, even the value of even religion, how we do in spirituality, what's a value, our voice, how we're able to voice our say and what things we like, we don't, the justice system to me. I'm thinking value, those 2 as well, but definitely understanding our value, which is again helping us to attract the very things that are really truly belonging to us. No longer just attracting things just to be attracting things. Understanding we're going to have another new sense of community. What are we tied up with? Is really, again, what are we bonding? What are we connecting with? If this no longer suits us. Really we're practicing this self-love, and even with myself, I found myself, I had an invitation to go out with some friends that were from high school, and at first I was like, yeah, let's do it, the ego, I haven't been out, I really want to go out, but here we got so many mandates here in the city of Chicago, and then I was like, you know what, Bertina, don't even put yourself through that. The possibility of embarrassment of, hey, I got another way that I could be able to participate, not having the card or whatever like that, and all that other kind of stuff. I do have the card, and you not positive, all that extra stuff, all that jumping through hoops. And then after a while I was like, it's not worth it, because by the time you get there, you're going to put yourself in a point of more anxiety. We're already dealing with not putting ourselves in situations that flare up our anxiety that we already have. Already being seen that they saying that social anxiety disorder, and so now here you're trying to create this newness, but at the same time now you're going to throw yourself out there and just risk yourself, putting yourself in a situation that might compromise you. Why do that? It's not worth it. Just for an hour or whatever like that. It's great to see friends, but it's just not worth it. So again, that what made me any day, if this beforehand, I would find a way and try to do it. But then I was like, you know what? I come first. Self-love. So that's the same thing, just like we're saying here about the self-love. This is spiritual completion. Really look at making sure that whatever you're tied with, whatever you're doing out in the community, or how you're bonding and connecting with others, is this really truly for your highest good? Is this truly aligning with you? Is this making sure that you are really truly right within your soul? And this is where you are now, is making sure that the things that you are connecting with is really that. And it's a foundational thing. Like I said, we're growing in one side of us, whatever it is, the polarity, whether it's divine feminine or divine masculine energies that's doing that. If I would look at this, it would say it's on the left-hand side. So that would say that the divine feminine energies, which is our being, is really growing. In the divine masculine energies, here I see a clean column there, which means it's about cleaning off, really starting off as a sovereign being, really starting off fresh, making sure that the people is like really clean, you know, like, but what is this? It was something in the Bible, like don't touch or don't mess with people, unclean people, whatever it is like that. Again, it's like, okay, if you're coming here with your distortion, I would say, in your energy of that pain body, everything, you're coming from that, you upset about everything, you easily triggered, then to me that would represent not having a clean body, which is mean, again, you're not of purity in so many ways, that you don't have that extra baggage you coming along with. And so I need to really start dealing with people that, again, that's trying to be as clean, or trying to live that clean living as much as possible, like I am, trying to go back to being a sovereign being, which is starting from fresh, that purity, that innocence, again. But if you're coming from all that extra stuff right now, at this point and where we're trying to go to, that might not be the best connection that you have at this time. Right now, interested enough, the word is saying us collectively, this is anxiety. I know Patricia McNeely was talking about on her channel that this full moon that's coming out in Leo is going to bring out anxiety for others. I see also this lightning here, which lets me know this is spirit directed. That's really intensifying and electrifying the atmosphere to create some kind of change. When I see that, it's the red curtains here, which is, again, it's like it's curtains, some things that we got to start putting it to an end. And also, what about, and really truly get grounded and rooted in that, because everything around here is red. Is about what are we rooted in. Some of these things that we have in anxiety, I would say also, is anxiety that's not coming from us. It's from anxiety that we have been inherited from families, of how they deal with anxiety as well. We have some issues as far as when we're talking about anxiety as well. For us now having to make the decision that, hey, it's over. Now it's over. Come again. It's over. It's over. What's that one with too much, too little, too late to have a try again. Too much, too little, too late to have a being friends. Too much, too little, too late to have a try again. It's over. It's over. Yeah, that one is over. Some of us then got to the point where they bring that to me. It's too much, too little, too late to ever try again. It's too much, too little, too late to even try to be even friends. And you feeling that. I see a 1 and an 8 here too as well. So again, this 8 represents rebirth. 1 represents, again, intuition and awareness. In your intuition and awareness, you feeling like, some of us is feeling like, hey, it's behind the scenes. It's about to go down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. So yeah. It's about to happen, and you can feel it. It's like, you know, you done held the dam so long, but it's really now time. So this is the overall energies that's going on for the collective right now. So right now, if I would ask the spirit to say, what is it that is going on with the divine feminine energies? Ooh, got one that fell too. Ooh, stop. Where did it go? So this is really divine, and this one came upwards, but I put it down sideways. So for the divine feminine energies, right now it's about abundance. And it's about abundance is how we're creating that. Abundance to me would be this manifestation. So I'm going to call this the manifestation card because it just came to me. how things are manifested. We have been saying that even on the playground experience. Manifestation powers have been strong, extremely strong. You think it, bam, here you go, you know. And I used to go to a church. Name is it was Reverend Joe Hill, and he would always, the universe, he said the universe would go get it and say, bam, how did I do? And so, you know, you're like, damn, well, that fast? So, yeah, so this is what's going on right now with our spirit. And that we're thinking things internally and it's manifesting out. This to me, when I see this card here, is almost like the desires of your heart, as far as manifesting in the physical, and how you going out there to actually stand in your authority to actually make things happen. You're really trying to now, in your energies, is like within so without, making sure that those things are also manifesting out there, making sure you're in the right place, the right time, making sure that these things are acting divine, making sure that everything is all in line, making sure that you are even being fine. So all of these things here is really here in your divine feminine energies, is really truly looking pretty as you're doing it, having control of the desires of your heart and making it happen. Now you can also say here in the divine feminine energies, really being in the place of manifestation to also, I got a fork in the road, to manifest your divine masculine to physically kind of show up in the way in which he is like, hey, I do this with finesse, I'm holding the heart. All of those things here is really, you know, making sure that he's playing his part, and, you know, doing this thing of holding your heart as well. And so this is all coming here. I'm seeing this red here. This is again about being grounded and rooted here. I see this is leaves. Leaves is all on the floor again, going with the all over energies for the collective. He too understands that, hey, it's some things that's got to fall away in order for me to be able to be standing in my power, to be able to be this man that's like Fabio, that's again riding in the horse, bare chested, all out, and just being that man, that image of a man, or the man that you want him to be, that's all fine and all that in the bag of chips too as well. So in order for him to do that, we got a 4 and a 5, which means he's got to be grounded. He's got to be willing to be ready to make this change, or accept this change, or receive this change, because it's falling. It's going to happen because it's a natural occurrence of this. Because if it does not have the nutrients, like they say, too little, too late, everything is not matching up like you want to. Everything's too late. It's too late to be friends. If we've been trying and trying, it ain't been coming together. You've got to be able to really become at that point where you're ready to let it go. Okay, and 4 and 5 added together is ending of cycles. So that's what's going on with the divine feminine. Let me look and see real quickly in the physical world, how is that showing up for the divine feminine energies. Clear. What's going on with that? Aha. Okay, so it's a conflict for the divine feminine energies, that she feels that a conflict about betrayal, okay, in her thinking. So something about some things that should have went the way it should have been, it did not go. Whether it's with the divine masculine, something I'm feeling by family, I'm feeling about also, say even the universe maybe coming through, say, come on, come through, universe, come through. Universe didn't come through, and it's like, did you hear me? Come through, universe, and it's like crickets. So a little bit of feeling betrayal about that. Family members had betrayed, friends had betrayed, even betrayed themselves. So there's a conflict about this betrayal that happened. However, in emotional, they know that there's happiness too as well. And this is what's going on with this. There's a lesson that had to be learned with this betrayal that had went on. And now they're moving into divine feminine energies, moving into this happiness, because here's that world card. There's some business that they got to be about in the world. Okay, this looks like business to me. This is like I'm a Friday pan. I can bring home the bacon, do, fry it up in the pan. So this to me is bring home the bacon and fry it up in the pan. I'm going out there to seek and get the things. Maybe some of us is about our mission, about our business, making sure things are aligning and getting there. That looks like new horizons is on its way. New sunrises are coming, as well as we're going out there. And I'm looking at her being victorious out in the world. So again, this is what's happening in divine feminine energies. It's like I'm understanding the world better. I'm having more victory instead of it having control over me. I'm having control over it. So all these things is going on. And here in the emotions for the divine feminine, there's relief. There's some things that's been an opening. I think, again, what they were saying about the different energies that have happened in the past, especially with celestial, like the moons and the retrogrades and things like that, they have, from my understanding, what I've listened to in videos here on YouTube, is that it's now lessening up. It's more less painful of the things that we're going through. We kind of went through the shadow work. We kind of know what's going on. We almost like a ride on Disney World. When it goes right, we know to shift the body right. We know when it goes left on the roller coaster, shift the body left. And we know that when it goes down, what you hold your breath, you know, and you continue to breathe on. So we kind of understand the shifts. It's like we can't stop the roller coaster ride, because the roller coaster is going to come. The door's going to open. They're going to tell us, get on in. Put your seatbelt on, put your arms out, keep your arms inside at all times in the vehicle, and make sure that, you know, so that you don't injure yourself. You already know that because the ride is here. So, and you can't go back. You know, some of those rides, even in Walt Disney World, say, can I go there? No, you got to keep on going. That's for the people that's going down. You on the side that you got to keep on the ride, and then you can get off on the other side. So you say, okay, that's it. I done been on this rodeo before, so I know exactly what I have to do. Some of us are still kind of in that worry. That goes back to that anxiousness again, the anxiety that we got to kind of work with. That's, again, is messing with our emotions. Some of us are kind of like, you know, trying to, again, it's not the relief that we want it to be, but we do know something about it. It's like I can come up for air and breathe, and then I could go back down into the water. The worry too as well. I'm feeling like, to me, it's an understanding that this float, like doing the dead man's float. You know, again, water can be your friend, but water can be your deadly enemy too. You know, if you're up there suffering and you're drowning, a lot of times, again, in order for you not to, or if you're adrift and you're caught up in an undercurrent or whatever like that, a lot of times they say just float, you know, because eventually you're going to find yourself back to shore. And that's the same thing I'm worrying, I'm seeing about this worry. Spirit is telling me in so many words, and my spiritual guides, is that, you know, when it comes to worrying, you got to start losing the want of controlling, or the want or the desire to actually pedal or swim. This right now, what's going on now with us, is like your willpower is going to make it worse. Okay, this is what they're saying. And so really at this time, in order for you to do that, you're just going to have to just surrender and to float. Just work on what you is. Take in the scenery, take in the journey, look at the things that's coming, look at how people are coming for you, those things like that. But not for you to be trying to use your own willpower to power through with this. That's not going to work for your benefit. Okay, and for the divine masculine energies here as well, this shows here. Okay, I'm trying to see this one. It's kind of, okay, there you come out. Okay, there's something about this kind of in my eye too as well. So, understand, interesting. Divine masculine energies is all about trying to create the magic and looking at the man in the mirror. Interested together enough with the divine feminine energy, she's talking about she's being the manifester in the energies as well. Just want to also state, please understand that, again, we house both energies. So it depends on, again, I seen K Moon was talking about that too. It depends on which energies that you feel you're dominantly in. But remember, it shift. You can watch the video today. You might watch the video tomorrow and say, hey, I feel like I'm more in my masculine than I am in my feminine energy. So it depends. But we house both depending on the situation. So right now, the divine divine masculine energies is moving into a broken heart. And that broken heartedness is right off the bat. It just screamed at me as the guides that talked to me and connected to me in that place. Is because the broken heartedness is that some of this stuff has got the end. I got to remember that. Too much, too little, too late to ever try again. Too much, too little, too late to ever be friends. Too much, too little, too late to ever try again. It's over. It's over. So it's over. And some of us is brokenhearted about that we know that it's over. The writing been on the wall for quite some time. And I understand that. It's the same thing like with me when I had switched and went from another school like that. And I kept on going back and forth, back and forth. I know Spirit was tired of me because I'm in the school. It looked like I said, did I make a mistake? You know, and like Spirit said, hey, don't worry about it. By and by, we're going to show you why you got moved here. Right now, this is it. You know, and so we surrender. And they start to accept it. You can't have one foot still in the old school and one foot in the new school. So this is, again, and I do understand that when you're like, well, I'm just used to these things. Here comes the number 9 again. This is just jumping off again. Ending of cycles. We got to do that. You got to go on ahead. I've seen somebody that talked about that, was talking about like the grieving process. Start the grieving process. I think that's the same thing like what I had to do with the job. At first I was in denial. First I was angry. First I was scared. You know, all those kind of things. I don't know what the steps is, but I'm just saying some of the things. And then, you know, after a while, it's just surrender. This is it. You know, we're going to have to make the best of it. Use my psychic ability to where I'm at, you know, to try to help me with this. Ask my angels and guides. This is the same thing that we're talking about with that. Because, again, this is interesting. We have the man holding the heart for the divine feminine energies, and now for the divine masculine energies, it's about the divine feminine energies holding the heart. So that's, again, is the divine feminine energies for the divine masculine has to get himself in alignment with what the desires of their spirit wants them to be. In the spirit, they had to get, in the divine feminine energies, had to get themselves in line with what the man, the human, wants to, so we can have like a compromise or coming into an alignment. How we're showing up. This one is about within. Are we actually, as a human, as a man, as a person in authority, are we really in alignment with what our heart's desire is? And so this is what it is. It got the number 44 here, which means 4 means being grounded and rooted doubly there and added together next to number 8, which means it's rebirth. But also for me, 8 means harmony, because there's also the infinity sign and how what goes over here comes back, and that energy transfers from one polar energies to another. So this is where we are, because I'm seeing here is transformation here. The other one for the divine feminine energy is trying to get in alignment with what on the outside wanted. It was about things falling off, okay, because we had leaves. But for this one, it has also a transformation of the vision right here over the third eye, and to truly be able to see. Faith without seeing is dead. So again, that's faith. Faith is seeing without sight. What is it? Faith. And faith is not by sight. So you have to, this way, transform the way you're seeing things. And really, truly, that's why in my I now do a practice in which keep a dream journal, which every night I write down 5 dream things that I'm dreaming of. Rather, it's not. It has helped me to open up my third eye to be able to visualize and to see, because it was once upon a time that if I start dreaming stuff, I'd be scared, because it seemed like, you know, other people is taking the dreams and doing things with that. And so now I'm at the point where I'm just like, okay, let's just dream just to be dreaming. And it helps to build that. So that's the same thing I would say again for you if you're in your divine masculine energies here and you're dealing with this understanding things has got to come to an end. Start create you a dream journal in which you are able to like start dreaming about what would you like to do, even though these things are ending. You know, what's your next step? Would you see yourself married again? Do you see yourself having a house, building your business? These things, that's going to help you truly move into the energies of holding your heart. The next thing is Woman of Coins. Going into this is in reversal. So we're moving into this really in the Divine Master, and it's really being able to hone what is and have mastery, they're saying, as to our finances or our abundance, that tangible thing to me as well. You know, that money is also a form of our love in tangible, which is in money form, paper, where we can feel it as well. And so a lot of times if our money is funny, our loving is funny. And we have to make sure that that comes in line. Once we start practicing that self-love, stuff starts really flourishing, and it starts showing tangibly through our money, our activity of our abundance. And so we have to watch that. I see this cat. For me, when I see cats, that reminds me that, hey, there's some habitual talking, some habitual thinking, some habitual believing that is kind of stopping us, because that's like that superstitions, like crazy superstitions writing on the wall. So again, we got to watch what we say. Oh, the writing's on the wall. I can't do this because I already know this always happens like X, Y, and Z. So we have to make sure that we are not relying on those habitual thinking or the habitual thinking or believing that something's going to turn out a certain way. We got to be grounded and rooted, and we got to rely on our intuition. That's 42, which will help us to be able to sustain that frequency of love. Next thing is hostilities. Those things, hostilities, means that you are stressed, trying to make this happen. That goes back to anxiety as well. And so what is it again that you're being stressed about that also is making you being defensive of not wanting to really make this next move, which is to say, make that move right now, baby, which is helping you to be able to go to the next level of healing this heart. Because even you staying in and say, that's all right, I stay in it, I'd rather deal with the devil I know than the devil I don't know. And I believe that, you know, I can maintain this. I can make this work. That almost goes back to this, look at this all tied up, but in a different way. But it's uncomfortable, but it's like I didn't learn how to adapt to it. I know how to shift my body a certain way, although I'm tied up. And you're like, but it's uncomfortable though. You know, you want to be free. You want to have movement, but no, that's all right. You know, right here is okay. You know, and so that's an issue there. So we are really being stressed with this hostility there, that you really is a stress too as well about this. And so we have to kind of start dealing with it and thinking about, again, that doesn't, if you're stressed, that doesn't help you with you aligning with the things of your heart. Also, you're stressed, that means you're surviving. Whatever the situation that you're in right now, you're just in survival mode. You're not in living mode. So again, right now, it's all about divine timing. And as Spirit wants to say also, this divine timing to them say is now. It's coming. And you need to prepare for it, because again, things are coming together. Excuse me. Things are now aligning. And some of you all have been secretly asking for this release out of this situation. And Spirit is saying, okay, well, let's get the bags packed, like they say about this journey, so you can be able to continue on with it. And you now have got to get your mind, your spirit, your heart, your soul in alignment to receive this. And what I'm picking up is a lot of us is not kind of ready to receive this next level or this next note. That the symphony of this unfinished symphony is about to get played. We're about to start finishing out this song. And, you know, a lot of us, we got to kind of get ready. That's what I'm picking up. They want us to be able to, now we got to move. And while we're doing that, that means we got to move into standing into our authority. With that. And so in standing in our authority, that means healthy boundaries. It has got to be placed. Because now while you're getting ready to make your exit strategy, for some of you all, it's got to now, and remember who you're connecting to, you need to start putting that up so you can stop aligning with things in places and situations that you no longer resonate with and it no longer serves you. That's what they're saying, two things. So this is something that you have gotten to get into the place of understanding that, hey, time is up. This is kind of similar what it's saying to me when I look at that card. It's like time been tick, 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 ticking. And for some of you all, the train is about to come to the station extremely soon. And it's like, are you ready? Don't we talk about, I forgot my toothbrush, my contact lenses at the hotel and all this stuff like that. Because you might be finding yourself that, hey, you were going to leave it. Spirit is saying, hey, where you going? You can get some more contact lenses and some more toothbrush at your destination. You know, and some of the things that you feel like, hey, I got to take some of these essentials with me. You need to start making sure you're packing and getting yourself ready for this new place in which you're going. Let's look and see about what's going on with this in the 3D for the Divine Masculine. Clear. What does this look like? Ooh, right here. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see. There. Okay. Okay, so. Ooh. The trail was on this side. Some of this thing when we talk about heartache is the ending of this family. Some of them have came in, you've came into the situation of this maybe karmic or 3D party thing that's coming to end. You came in there because of family, clearing ancestral lines, lineage too as well, bloodlines, because you had to go serve into this family to kind of help clear a karmic debt or clear some karma of really lessons of understanding, or maybe for you to be able to get a better understanding about what is truly unconditional love. Some of you all are in that, and so this is what's going on with you in the 3D. Woo. Some of you all, again, is about you being passionate, like truly passionate about something. Some of you all just been kind of going through the motions. Divine masculine energies about how you being in your authority, how you being, how you showing up for things. There hasn't been any passion, and so now some of you all are passionate about this movement, or you're passionate about the people that's there, but you at the same time where you're going, there's more passion. It's not enough passion to keep you there. Some of you all, it's about the children, okay? That's what's going on with this, and that's kind of breaking your heart too as well. How that's all going to come up and end up about, especially about to talk about the finances, being stressed, really being the person who is really in control of your own hearts and your desires. So that's one thing. Children also could be thoughts, businesses, anything that's like springing, like it have an offspring or something like money, financial things, or investments, things of that nature. Job too as well. Right now there's a conflict in your duality, and I think the duality is where you think you want to go and where you believe that you should be, and where spirit say you should be. And that's just about to be. So it's a three space beyond duality, but it can be either of those things, by where you think and where spirit say you should be, or where you are and where spirit think you should be. There's a conflict in that too as well. Some of you all right now emotionally you are lonely as well, and some that's causing heartache too as well. That's keeping you in that low vibe. And which doesn't, as I hear spirit, my inner higher self saying, that's not helping your ministry. Remember, at all times you got to keep it high vibe so you can be able to align yourself with the actual very thing that you're supposed to have. Your friends here too as well. Some of you all, the friends is the ones that's kind of going to be able to help you, especially if you talk about balancing out what's happening with the divine masculine, the divine feminine energies. Align themselves with people that maybe no longer serve you. In the 3D, you're going to find friends that's going to be able to help you in another way, on the opposite, polar opposite, like the negative and positive to that. For the divine masculine, also watch your friends too as well. That's another thing. Always a fork in the road, that some of them friends might not be like the ones like Jennifer Aniston and the rest of them. as well. Matthew Perry. That's really there for you. So you got to watch that. Here's a, I'll be there for you. You know, some of them ain't singing that, you know, on that one. Right now for the divine masculine here, you are really energies. Spirit is really truly working with you to really up your game, to ascend to the next level. And truly the ascension is there. You probably having ascension symptoms, things showing. I know even for the divine masculine energies, I've seen on somebody else's channel saying your clairvoyance is online, like it's popping. It's like, bam, this, that. You can feel your divine feminine. You can feel it thinking. You can think everybody's around you. You can understand better at this. So use that to your advantage. And maybe try to also, like I have too, like explain why is it that things are happening to you or the way that they are. And it'll really get, you'll have more of a clearer understanding as to what's going on with you. Now carry you some clear quartz there too as well, crystal, that will be able to help to give you clarity as you're going through this period too. But right now you're being upgraded by the spirit, by God, by universe. Next thing is spirituality. Your spirituality, there's a conflict about your spirituality, probably the idea of how you're supposed to be going about getting this and healing your broken heart or the things, as far as knowing that it's time and letting go, and how you're supposed to be able to do this. You know, some of you might be thinking, hey, this might could happen a little bit more differently. Do I really got to go through this? I kind of really want to take the back door and let them kind of find out I'm gone on their own without me having to tell them. But this spirit is like, no, this isn't it. It said, you made the list. VIP, right? Well, you made the list. You're divine, and divines don't go that way. You know, I just looked at that. There's right now this heartache has to happen because it's justice. Some of you already been in these positions that you have been, some wrong has been done to you. And again, although sometimes even when we know injustice has been done to us, it's still hard for us to shake those things. We still want to be in alignment with that person or thing. And we don't know why. I don't know if that's what's that syndrome where the capture, the person, the captor, you fall in love with that person. Westhausen syndrome or something, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's Stockholm syndrome. Thank you. Stockholm syndrome. So, you know, you kind of watch that part, you feel kind of sad. I'm feeling that too as well. It's like, well, I can still feel sad for them because this, that. But the end is coming. The justice has got to be served. It's time. We got to balance the scales. You're seeing here in this reading here, it's time for a balance of energies. We got to rebalance the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. We're seeing it showing up on the cards, really trying to align with the things of our heart as a divine masculine, as a divine feminine, or as a male, or as a female, as humans. This stuff has got to balance out. And now kind of staying in these situations is kind of throwing everything, it says havoc, chaos, and out of balance. And so we now got to bring that back. Understanding it right now is because of the Empress. So for me, it was saying for the divine masculine energies, this is because of divine feminine energies doing their work, really bringing things home. Really, that is because that's why these things are shifting. It's calling in this storm. It's calling in this heartbreak. It's calling in this tower because of, hey, if she's doing it, and that's funny, I had that conversation earlier. I said, well, if I'm doing the work, that means you doing the work. And so if I'm doing the work, some things got to be changing on your end, just like they changed on my end, and I got to start seeing it in 3D. And that's what I say. So again, if that's going on, there is definitely this Empress here. You see here is really truly calling this. And I said this one. She doesn't. You would say the usual when I made these cards. These are mine. Tarot deconstructed from Divineunisouls. Is not the typical queen you would look. Very unique, very exotic, very deep, dark, and mysterious. And that's what we are. We are very different and unique as far as how we hold our royalty or our divinity. And it's the same thing. It's a lot of things that's going on with the divine feminine energies that don't know. But again, it's through that uniqueness and our vibration and how we're showing up into the world. This is because of what she's doing and becoming all right with her, understanding that I'm being unique and understanding that I am divine. I'm not showing up like the typical royal or divine person that you would say, but I know I'm divine within. And so just by my presence is showing without. These changes are like a ripple effect, just like the butterflies. It's called a ripple effect into the world. It's rippling over into the divine masculine energies. So this causing this change. This divine masculine energies, and because this change in divine feminine energies is caused for the divine masculine energies to create this fool's journey, which is now seeing that in the spirit, the divine feminine energies wants that freedom to be free, to just flow, to start on new adventures. And so this is causing for the divine masculine energies to want the same. Like, hey, something in me is like, I want freedom. I want to go out on the beach. I want to put my feet in the toes in the stand by the water. This ain't the place I want to be no more. It used to be. It ain't no more. I used to want corporate America. This ain't working for me. I ain't all passionate about it. That's why I talk about the passion. There's obsession. Interesting. Somebody saying that because of the Leo full moon, that there's an obsessiveness going on, that possession, like you're mine, the acting, maybe even talk to your counterpart and might be acting like hold on a second, I ain't talked to you in a while and you still acting like we ain't Mr. B, like I belong to you. What the heck? And so this is a conflict with this. Might be some things that you're really obsessed by. That's kind of that Leo energy too. With it, that is that drive, that driven, that extra, and so that's something that, again, let me see about the Leos. Leos are ambitious. That's their energy. Authoritative, competitive, confident, creative, dramatic, dignified, extroverted, honorable, leader, loves the limelight, proud, conceited, domineering, and excessive. What I would say with that is that you got to watch it. Obsessive in the divine masculine energies may not want to let go and really have grieve over this very thing of this heartache, is because, again, these Leo energies here that they're obsessed by, and this is causing the conflict. Maybe they might be obsessed by being ambitious, being in authority, being competitive, in a situation, being overly confident, being creative, and being dramatic, dignified, extroverted. It might be a leader, and they like, where I'm at is the family or the father or the mother. I'm going to lose that place there. Loves the limelight, might be obsessed by that too, and is proud. And so that's bringing up the shadow aspect of it, which is being this conceited, the domineering, and excessive, and that's what obsessiveness. So we got to watch that as far as how that's showing and portraying out in that. Some of it here in the divine masculine energies we have here is stalking, and that's in the actions. So really feeling like I'm stalking this very thing that I actually want. Might be stalking the divine counterpart too as well, trying to see what the hell is you doing. Those things too. And just really trying to hound down. That's why I say watch your energies. It's not at the point that you got to like make it happen. It's really at the point of like kind of like just being and letting it go. And that's what Spirit has said earlier about that. Just really being in the flow with that. And then next thing is pride. Well, again, interesting. This is Leo energies here that we in. It's all about, again, pride. But like I said, that's one of the deadly sins I talked about in my course, and as well. And that's also going to be available for Divineunisouls for you for $77 for you all to take the class your own. It's your own. That'd be self-studied now because I have all the videos for it. And now also is linked in the lessons that go along with it, so you can be able to purchase that on your own and watch the recordings as we talk about it in class too as well. And so that's real good stuff in there. So I have that for maybe a month of February, and then after that I'll jump the price back up to $124. So that is the pride. Pride could go two ways. Pride is one in which it can be ego driven, but pride is something again that can, like, I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm proud of this channel. I'm proud and I'm helping out people. But it's pride that could go as far as boasting and making people feel down about it. Like, oh, you ain't got a channel. Oh my God, I know where you been, what rock you been under. Yeah, that's what it's all about, is having a YouTube channel. Those kind of things like that. But again, that is pride. I think what's the issue is, again, is pride is, to me, is also having a self-knowing. Pride is also about self-love too, as well. Like I said, it was going on this weekend, and this really pride for the journey, how far I have gotten. I think a lot of times when we're talking about letting go of something, I know even if it's a job or a marriage, whatever it is, a relationship or whatever, family member or whatever connection that you have to something, person, place, or thing, we forget about really concentrating on the good things. How did I grow from this situation? What good things came out of it, from this connection? What did I learn about myself? What can I walk away from this that I am proud of? And when you start looking at it from that point on, and stop looking at the, about this, I'm going to lose this, this is going to happen, they ain't going to want to talk to me, all these extra other stuff. But you start looking and focusing in on what things that you could be more proud of. This is where the shift can change. This is where they're telling me, this is where you get the empowerment. This is where you can lift yourself up for your own bootstraps and say, hey, I can do this because I have given X, Y, Z to this relationship. That's just like we in the job. Once I had asked people to kind of send me some some recommendations. I mean, I had forgotten from the letters of recommendations. They had reminded me all the things I had did from being at the job. And to be honest, when I reread some of those letters, it gave me encouragement to say, hey, it's okay to walk away. You did this, you did this. They would name things. You did a food drive there. You took kids to a youth symposium that your sorority had did all the time on Saturdays. I did that yearly for years. Without even asking for pay, just out of the goodness of my heart, I would just give up my Saturdays to go in March to take them. Other things that they was talking about. And I was like, Dad, I did dance with my kid. So the more and more they told me about things, the more and more I got proud. The more and more I had pride about what I had did. And then I was like, okay, I'm all right. I can lead this because I've done things that I have left the stamp to say that, yes, Bertina was here. So that's the same thing that I would say to you all as a positive, healthy behaviorist to you, is to look and see about what things could I say that I have left in this relationship that would make me be able to stand upon a rock and to say, hey, this is my foundation and this is why I can be able to leave. All right, as my last thing here, I didn't mean to be on this long. I told the kids, I said, we ain't gonna be down there long. And I didn't see, I lied on that. Is the following, but we needed this because this is about love. And so I love you guys, so of course I'm going to give you all the best to help you with the keys of understanding what you could be able to do as far as on this journey. So here is the things that we need to heal is our divine feminine energies. That means in our spirit, in our soul, who we be, is the tribe. It says, I understand that every soul I encounter has crossed paths with me for a reason. I am blessed by all interactions. That's that pride. That's just what I was talking about as far as when we get ready to leave and that brokenheartedness about this person, place, and things. Understand that you are blessed. These interactions didn't just happen by happenstance. They happen. Okay, and there was a reason for it. The next thing is again, it says breathing room. I trust in the process of divine timing. That's why I said, give it breathing. Do not try to stalk down what your next move is going to be in that stalking mode. That doesn't help. You need to let it breathe. You need to give it some room so it can be able to show up in the way divinely that divine wants it to. Next thing is they say fierce. All right now. It says, I have the spirit of a warrior and will rely upon this energy to get through any challenges I may face. So right now here collectively, we need to be fierce. We need to be warriors. I think about somebody said, a lady was saying that was a empowerment or life coaches. She says sometimes if you got to stand and give that Care Bear stand, we used to say when we're in the sunshine circle as well, we might have to find ourselves doing that, or even in the yoga pose, and we have to give that warrior 2 pose as well. You know, whatever it is that makes us feel when we physically do that helps us in our spirit to understand so within, so without, it's alignment. We need to become fierce with the very things. Listen here, I'm doing it. This no longer serves me. I no longer want to be connected to this. This is it. I've got to find a way out of here. It's by any means necessary, as Malcolm X said, because again, I'm a warrior. I don't just become submit and be a part of being the victim or playing the victim. I am one that make the changes that happen, and so I am a warrior. This one next thing, it says pay attention to the red flags as well. So it says I listen to my instincts when things seem off. Right now it's saying to me that we need to heal from that, and right now spirit said it's been screaming things are off. The red flags have, but however you've been saying, you've been in that all tied up mode where no, it's all right, I know it's something wrong, but you know what, if I do this will cause them to not maybe do this. I think about a person who's in an abusive thing, say, you know what, I just know, you know, it's this bad time, they just stressed right now, and I know that if I just do less talking, if I just give him his meal and I go up to my room and I don't say nothing, everything gonna be all right. So that's really being tied up. You can't even have the freedom to express the way you want to, but at the same time, red flags is flaring, and matter of fact, it's screaming like a fire alarm, but at the same time, you trying to throw a blind eye to it. You try to ignore it and you're denying it and say, no, it's all right, I got control over it, but the red flags are there. And this is why you have this broken heart, because again, you know it's time is ending within your spirit. You know the time is up. You have next word is sensuality. I do not deprive myself of enjoyment in this life. So again, like I said, life is too short. Life is at the point that you should be enjoying and align yourself with what your spirits and your heart's desires, so you can really truly be manifesting this thing. Here in the cards, they show you want to be able to really truly have a true handle over your heart's desire. In order for you to do that, you got to enjoy life. You got to enjoy the skin that you're in. And the last thing is unwavering faith. Didn't I talk about that? I might have flubbed the line there, but understanding that faith is by faith is not what's being seen, but not by sight. Why I can't get that faith? And then and Richard, not Pryor, Reverend Price used to say that also. It's all the time. Faith is not by seeing. Faith is not by sight, but it's just by believing. Whatever, that's what it means. I'm going to have to look that up. But anyway, the universe is taking care of the details. And that's true. You don't need to stalk down how it's going to happen. You don't need to stalk down who's going to play a part in it. You don't need to stalk down. That to me, and you don't need to be asking the spirit every minute of a minute, stalking down readings, trying to see what's going on with the situation. Just be in a state of knowing. Faith is not by sight. Okay. It's something else. I'm missing it. But anyway, so just make sure that you understand that, because it's a little, like we say, it's a little too late it's a little too late. It's over. And it's over. It's too little too late. By friends, trying again, trying to see how this is all going to end. It's a little too late. And it's now time for you to start to grieving and start to accept it. Because again, like I say, brokenheartedness is here. Now just start working on seeing, using your visualization as to where you need to be going next in this whole thing, and becoming one with it and just embracing it instead of fighting it. Okay? All right, then. That is the end of this reading. As always, if you need to have a personalized reading, you can go to Divineunisouls11.co. to get it right there. And then also, if you're interested in getting a past life regression session, you could go to ShantiWellnessCenter.com, or even if you want an MAT session where I go in spiritually and remove the trauma and also the pain from your body that's also linked to traumatic events that may have happened in your life. So go to ShantiWellnessCenter.com. All that stuff is in the description box below. And lastly, I'm also running the 1414 special for Divine Masculine love letters. If you want to know what's happening with your person in the 3D, whether they're female or male, get you a Divine Divineunisouls, a Divine Masculine love letter. That means what's happening with your person in the physical form. All right then. So as always, thank you for listening. Make sure you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because we got all this good positive stuff up here in here helping you to be able to understand how you can live a positive life. And I am Divine Sunshine, your positive, healthy behaviorist, helping you to find a new path and a new way to your own happiness. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time, I'll be talking to you real soon. Love you. Goodbye.